I'm Greg Garbus of Four Season Tools. What we're talking about is how to build a sidewall with a sidewall door. This sidewall is for a V-track tunnel, so it has the rollers on it, and the sidewall ventilation system on this building is metal roll-up sides. So depending on what sort of sidewall ventilation system you have and style of tunnel will affect how you build your sidewalls. For this tunnel in particular, we do have this sidewall door, so when we put it in, we have to determine which corner we want it in. Given the layout of the buildings at this location, we wanted it in the front corner, so with easy access from the plant house into this unheated movable greenhouse. When we put this in, when we put the sidewall door in, we basically need to make sure that we just shift everything that was supposed to be here one hoop into the tunnel. Typically, there'd be a sidewall corner brace that goes from the bottom of 3 to the midpoint of 2, from the midpoint of 2 up to the top of 1. In this scenario, since we have the sidewall door, we need to shift it. So we put the sidewall corner brace in when we built our sidewall. It starts at the bottom of 4, goes up to the midpoint of 3, and then goes up to 2. The sidewall purlin also gets shrunk by 4 feet. So the sidewall purlin comes up and it'll stop at 2, as well as the hat, which is a hat purlin, or your baseboard will also come and it'll stop at that second hoop. One thing that's very important when installing the sidewall doors is to make sure all the brace bands that you need going forward are all in when you install your sidewall door. This door is hinged on one side, and if you open the door up, there are large holes inside of the frame. Those holes allow you to put self-tapping screws in to secure the sidewall door to the sidewall hoops. I like to use the larger self-tapping screws, the number 14s, so we put the number 14s in with a 3/8 drive. When we install our sidewall door, again, the brace bands are really important. So what we've done is we've looked at our end wall design. For this one happens to have the wide open end walls, meaning that we needed to have one brace band up 4 feet from the bottom that will attach the end wall stud. So any places where your end wall secures to your sidewall hoop, you need to make sure those brace bands are on before you install the sidewall door frame to your sidewall hoop. On the other side, there's several that we need. The sidewall purlin will take 2 brace bands. If you needed anything for your lumber, in this case, we don't need any brace bands. We want to make sure that our baseboards are installed. And we also need a brace band for our anchor bolts. Typically, for a V-track tunnel, there'd be an anchor bolt in between, or an anchor point in between the first and second hoop. Since we have a door in the way, we need to shift it over one. So we're going to put a brace band right here over the hole where the anchor bolt would go. So there'll be a brace band right here. And then this hole right here, we're going to have a 3/8 inch eye bolt. There'll be an anchor point in between the 3rd and 4th hoop. So right here, we're going to have to add an additional hole to have another bolt. Since typically there's only 1 bolt in each sidewall hoop, this is the only scenario where we'll have 2 bolts in our sidewall hoops, because there'll be an anchor point in between hoops 3 and 4 and an anchor point in between hoops 2 and 3. So we'll drill a hole, add a forged eye bolt with one of the eyes on this side, one eye on this side, and then where we have it next to our door, instead of having an eye bolt where the bolt threads would get in the way of the sidewall door frame, instead we use a brace band, and that'll ensure that all of our anchors are in the right place. So when you're laying out your V-track, you also need to make sure that all of your anchor eyes, all of your anchor points are in the correct location. Since there is a sidewall door, every position of the V-track will have that first anchor point shifted one direction towards the center of the tunnel. If you look behind me, you'll see this is a V-track tunnel with a different design where there is no sidewall doors in this tunnel. This is a typical sidewall without sidewall doors. It kind of shows nicely the difference between what a sidewall door with a sidewall door looks like versus a regular sidewall. And that is some of the considerations for putting in sidewall doors.